Hey, welcome in. Today I'm going to be going over today's trade recap, okay, the exact reasons why I took it, and then just showing you the execution of today's trade. First of all, let me show you today's trade. So this was today's trade. So previously on this funded account, basically the way that I trade, um, I like to get a payout from an account and then start another eval and get another funded. It's called dollar cost averaging into fundeds. Um, But yeah, today's trade was this. Unfortunately, I actually moved my stop. I took partials at break even at this line here. Unfortunately, I actually had my basically stop loss at break even, but I didn't have it at break even. I had it just under, and unfortunately, during this very top of the move, we got unfortunately hit. But as you can see, the idea of the trade is completely there. In fact, the naked point of control literally bottom ticked. Now, I know a lot of people that trade order flow. You can never really find a video that explains it to you. But that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna explain it because I couldn't find a video either. I couldn't find a video explaining it, so I'm gonna explain it. So that was today's trade, as you can see. So we get our targets from the TPO charts. So if you don't know any of this lingo, you can basically just look it up on YouTube. But I'm gonna talk a bit like you already know what you saw doing. So naked point of control, we got these from our TPO charts, and yeah, so that was the target on the day. But now let's go over why we actually took it. So coming in at the day, so what we've seen is, we've been ranging, so we've been going from areas of balance like this to other areas of balance. That's what market does. Market goes from balance to new area balance, comes back. So I've been making composites and trading from composite back to areas of balance with the TPOs. But anyway, so today's levels, we were originally up here, because so it was just before 9:30, so we were about here when we opened, and we didn't really have any targets above, so I didn't want to trade above. I didn't really want to see that. I know our point of control was pretty much hit here, but it just wasn't what I was looking for, so I had the naked point of control as my target on the day. Now, how did I confirm this? Or simply, I look for delta. So what is delta? Delta's aggressive buyers in and out of the market, and I look at that in correlation to price, and then you can work out where the passive sellers are and where the passive buyers are. Considering that this last move, um, you know, took these highs, by quite a lot actually, and we didn't take the highs here. Just by looking at that, you can kind of tell that a passive seller is setting up. So what did I wait for? You see that passive selling is being backed up by aggression, which is perfect. This is basically your sign to go. Once I saw that, I'm then looking at basically areas of support and resistance. So if we're coming through here, you can see clear support, and once we got the tap back up, this is where I entered. And yeah, obviously break even was just the 50%. This is what I wanted to see. Normally, I think really the reason we only made, because we're up 511 on the day, not the full 1500, because that's how I trade my evals, because I believe in my win rate, etc. But I think the only reason was 10 a.m. news here. Probably once we got this massive spike down, I probably should have just put my stop loss there. But because it's an eval, it's not funded, I'm not really too bothered about squeezing the last bits of profit out. I'll probably pass it in another day or two anyway. But yeah, and then coming over to, so we can see that's at 9:25, and then I entered at, what time did I enter? So about 9:32, so literally market open. So we're just going to scroll back and have a look, see if we can spot some absorption for you. Perfect. So as you can see, super low delta here. It just seems pretty exhaustive to me. Once you've seen the markets, you can kind of tell. This is getting aggressively bought into small candles, As you can see here, our delta was positive. We've got negative closing candles still getting bought super high. Pretty big volume at the time, you know, obviously volume's going to increase. And then at 25 past, we got quite a lot of volume. Still a tiny candle. And then here was, you know, this is where you see that aggression being backed up. Also, while you're watching this real time, you can actually see the passive sellers stepping in. I actually took partials. I didn't take partials when it first hit break even. I actually took partials when it came back, and the reason was because during this move up here, I saw a passive buyer like step in pretty heavy and was kind of wiping out all of that selling aggression. So that's why I took partials there. But other than that, you know, it was a great trade on the day, and I hope you learned a little bit. And thank you.